Welcome back to Aether Eternius, Dark Side of the Foundry. Last time, you guys managed to destroy the anchor that was inside of the plane of fire, therefore eradicating the wild magic surges that was happening in this particular plane, unless you're Tiberius, because that's his whole shtick. But after defeating the anchor, which was quite a harrowing battle, some of you got quite injured. You eventually returned topside to find that the castle had all but dissipated, leaving behind what basically a carving of what was in there before, but now it was just a big, giant, massive cave. uh, Decided to camp there for the night, considering the fact that it was starting to get closer to nightfall, and as you know, nasty things come out at night here in the Plane of Fire. You did some off the clock role playing, which is available in a document I believe ES has created for people to read if they decide to watch the streams. And we're leaving off there. You're all heading to bed. Each of you taking your own shift of the night, but you don't actually have to require any perception rolls because something's going to happen tonight. As each of you fall asleep, you each have a dream. And we're going to be starting with a nice little 1d5 to figure out who's going first. That's not right. God damn it. 2. That is Various. So Various, I'm gonna pull you into another channel.
Oh, bye.
The 0.5 was Belua.
Belua had a dream.
I'm sure it's fine.
We're all fine. None of us know this is happening. We're all having wonderful dreams. Wonderful dreams where nothing bad is happening at all.
Frolicking through fields.
If by fields you mean fields where the flowers are burning, then yeah, maybe.
No, that's just your dream.
You're made of fire, after all.
How dare you look inside my head?
Your head is fire. We don't have to look very far.
Not gonna lie, it sounds a little speciesist there. You know, made of fire, so he dreams of fire. Just saying, it's a stereotype.
I was going to make a joke, but it'd only work if it was Rose. Oh, that was quick.
They're very quick, so. Next. And Az. Alright, here we go.
Goodbye, cruel world.
So if you actually have a dream of fire, you have to tell us.
Wait, what?
We were making fun of Rose because he's fire, and we were talking about, dreams in the field. And he's like, if the fields were on fire, we're like, well, yeah, you're a fire elemental, duh. And then we kind of like, oh yeah, him. So yeah, if you do have a dream about the flowers being on fire, you have to let us know, Rose.
I plead the 5th.
Does the 5th work in the plains?
Oh.
In the plains.
Is the 5th even in the plains? Oh my God! Oh God! Existential crisis.
Oh.
And then there was silence.
We'll be fine. We'll all be fine. Everything's fine now.
It's fine, guys.
Man.
It's fine.
Everything's good.
Goodbye, whoever's next.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. This will be interesting.
Who got taken? Who got kidnapped?
Who got taken?
Oh, the dark. No.
I'm taking bets. I think Chippy's next.
Naira's gone.
Nah, Tiberius is gonna be last. It has to be Tiberius last.
Nah, Tiberius can't be last. Then that means he isn't first.
It's the claw.
Oh no, not again.
Goddamn wall masters.
It just starts us over back in the dungeon. We're already at the beginning. It's okay.
Tiberius's worst nightmare cannot come true.
Because he lives it every day.
No, this is like his dream.
I'm made of
Yes.
water.
That's good to know.
I mean, technically, it's poison, isn't it? I told you. I told.
Yes.
Oh, well.
Hello, Rose. As you fall asleep for the night, you will endure what is known for most primordials as a retelling of your death. As with most primordials, sometimes this will happen when you come to sleep. But this time it feels a little different. This time, you're seeing it from a different viewpoint. As you fall asleep, you notice that, for some reason, you see yourself when you were still alive. You're being dangled over a gateway into what looks to be the plane of fire. You're being held by your neck over this portal, while a fey-looking creature is holding you there. The creature that you were seeing this through seems to have some of their vision clouded by a hood of blue and white. You can't tell what they're talking about, but you see lips moving as they throw you into the portal, leaving you for dead. The vision fades, and you return from your sleep.
Campaign yesterday. Ah, yes, the body.
Oh,
Well, that happened.
also, I just realized you shouldn't have had a dream yet. You're taking watch.
It's
Well,
fine.
he's eventually sleeping.
Oh no.
Oh no! Tiberius!
I bet he's dreaming about household chores.
No, he's got a. I can't say that. I can't say that. He's got plenty to dream about.
I mean, Rose could really make that living nightmare if you want it to be that.
No, he'd probably. It wouldn't be a good idea.
All right, fair enough.
Oh gosh, my chair's loud.
Why is it always when D&D starts that all the other discords start beeping and it's like, no, temporarily mute it.
You have all now woken up. It is now morning.
Tiberius is gonna get the closest thing to coffee he can get.
I'll switch you over here. Make sure I put you all in the same area. Right there.
Oh.
Okay, it is now morning. You are now all awake.
Weren't we supposed to roll for something? I thought you said.
No.
Oh,
No
okay.
rolling. You just are now all awake after you're each having your individual dreams. You can choose to talk about them if you like. If not, that's up to you. What do you plan to do?
Oh well, we're still here, so
Is there any wine left in the bottle?
There's probably a little bit left, yes.
Not anymore.
Having some Irish coffee, I see.
all right. Let's see. There's things still look the same. We don't see any weird black squares or whatever. Yeah, I think this will be a good morning.
Well, the sooner we're out of this place, the better. Let's return to Leonard.
Yes.
Reyes will man her Katamari, Be ready to follow.
As you all know, it's definitely there is a gloom hanging over everyone's head this morning. But outside, it seems incredibly peaceful. Nothing has visited you in the night. Nothing has happened.
Various is gonna make sure he has.
Since you are still a wild mage, Tibbs, I need you to roll your wild magic.
Oh,
I
oh
believe
no!
yours is 15. What was your percentile again? Oh yeah, you're fine.
15, 15
That was
default.
still too close for comfort.
I couldn't hear Tibbs. What was that?
It's 15 is the default right now that you
Okay.
saw.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're fine.
For some reason, Tiberius is putting magic armor on himself when he's waking up.
Oh my goodness, that's actually a really good habit to get into. But
Oh,
as you guys begin to pack up and head out, the dome, of course, fades as well as everything that was inside of it that you utilized. And yeah, where do you plan to head from here?
well, Various is gonna make sure that he's got he's got Mormo.
And your little serpent familiar it's reluctantly perched on your shoulder. It's definitely got that air of that it doesn't really want to be up there, but it's got no other choice.
I mean, it is safer than going on the ground.
hmm Now, would you guys like to head out of the crevice? Do you want to explore it a bit more, or what would you like to do?
Are we done rating the dead of their valuables here then?
I'd say so.
All right. Well, still got the map on me here. Should just be a matter of retracing our steps. Assuming there hasn't been any other weird geographical BS as has happened while we've been in here.
And the entrance is completely unblocked. It definitely you can see the ramp leading up to the kind of the upper layers of fire. You can see the sky from here at the very least, where you couldn't before. But the path is still there. The winding path leads up the chasm, up and up to the ground. You gonna head on up?
Yep, on my way there.
Swap you guys over to here. As you guys emerge from the crevice, you see that nothing really has changed. From the most part, though, at least Tiberius, you can see there's no longer any little black blips or glitches around the area. It almost looks like just another crevice in the ground here in fire. Everything seems to have returned to what feels normal.
Literally not going to say a word.
Mm-hmm.
And no one looks like they're about to upchuck coming out of the crevice like last
Nope.
time.
The only thing any of you feel would be the outsiders. They would just feel the intense heat of fire, which they are shielded against with their sigil stones. That's all you feel.
You say shield, it's still uncomfortable as sin. We're just on fire.
So, Freya's very talking to you.
Oh, I'm a very slow reader. Sorry.
It's okay. It's not surprising. There's no one else out here besides you. The workers that had been in the tunnel that's far up ahead previously have obviously finished their work and have moved on. It is very quiet. You hear the churning and bubbling of the lava lake that surrounds the peninsula. And the sky is, of course, as bright as usual, with the glittering stars above in a brightly, almost orange, yellowish colored sky.
Nothing like the scent of sulfur in the morning.
Tiberius is going to look to Rose, just shake his head and move forward.
Yep, and Rose is heading on.
Oh, you're still that's right, you still have the carapace from the creature that you fought. That's right. Now, I am gonna have you make a bit of a strength check to push it out of the chasm, because it is quite large and there is a bit of a ramp up into the out of it. Oh!
Get him out of the way now.
Oh.
So, as you're kind of trying to push, you kind of get this to the very top of the crevice, but you find that in that moment, you start pushing, you feel like you run into a wall. The carapace is too large to fit past the lip of the crevice where you're coming out of. So it's now kind of jammed in there, and you're on the other side. Kind of like if you took a marble and then try to put it into a square hole. Yeah.
Various can Belua help here?
Yes. Belua and the Eidolon lumbers forward, though it seems a little bit oddly unsettled. And is it a strength check or a strength save?
What do you plan to do to get it out of the jam it's gotten into?
Well, Belua's probably going to when push comes to shove,
So it's going to push it out?
try to.
Pushing it out means you're going to push into Frius, because Frius is on the other side of it.
Well, no, Varius is on the same side as Free is.
Okay, so they're pushing it upwards?
Yes.
Strength check for that one.
Alrighty. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck.
I wish you luck.
Oh!
Hey!
Like you got skipped.
You kind of both back up and give Belua some room, and Belua just kind of grabs the carapace, and you just hear it go, and you hear cracking sounds. It's not coming from the carapace, so you see the rock walls that are kind of have the carapace wedged in start cracking and crumbling away before you hear a as the entire front of the area it's been stuck in just breaks as he shoves it through with such force. It kind of does get some airtime before landing outside the crevice.
From downtown!
Various will literally just stare in awe for a solid 5 seconds before walking up, giving him a few affirmative pats on the back, and then chasing after wherever it went.
It rolled at least a good 10 feet away. There is a big, kind of almost mini crater of impact where it landed. It kind of rolled out of.
Rose is going to turn around at hearing the impact of the the carapace, and it's like just kind of looks slack-jawed for a moment. They're like, the fuck.
And you kind of see Belua kind of, after Frius comes out, kind of looking all proud as he kind of walks out of the crevice with Varius behind him. Oh, not bad. And that one then straight into a nat 20. That's pretty funny. So you guys are going to head over to the tunnel from here, or do you want to do anything else in this area?
I think at this point it's probably better for us all if we just keep going.
Okay.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Allie, Tibbs.
He's already walking. He didn't even stop when the
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There's... So you kind of see Nye and Tibbs a little bit further ahead of you. They're probably already entering the tunnel by this point after your little carapace shenanigans. So let's move you guys over here. As you hit the tunnel, you notice that several pillars have been created throughout the entire thing to kind of hold the ceiling up. You see from these pillars, there are several branches in a way that are holding the ceiling up. So the figure that you had met there, as well as the constructs that they had with them, have done a pretty good job of stabilizing the tunnel, and it's pretty safe to go through now. The rubble has been cleared. It's a nice straight path through. No real issues.
How long would does it look like it took to make these? The same amount of time it felt like we were in there for?
No, actually, this looks like several days worth of work.
Oh. Oh no.
So, if you want to, I would like you to make intelligence checks.
Saving or regular?
Just regular.
Would Rosa's keen mind play any role in this?
no!
Dude, that once in a row, yes.
Oh my god.
Freya's, you kind of just write this off like, it's not that important. Kind of, it's like, they probably work fast, who cares? Like, you completely just blow it off. Tips? Oh, shit,
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Nye, you kind of just shrug your shoulders and you kind of make a snide comments. It's like, water would have done it quicker.
Not the construction of water.
Mm-hmm. Tibbs and Various, you kind of get the inkling that a lot of time seems to have passed, but it seems almost unrealistic compared to the amount of time that you spent in the crevice. So you're starting to wonder if more time had passed. Rose, you kind of take a pause for a second. You know that work like this doesn't just happen overnight, and you guys weren't down there for what felt like a couple hours. And of course, the night. But you start to slowly realize, like, time must have passed far faster out here than it did in there. You don't know how long, though. It could have been a couple days, a week. You're not sure.
Rose looks back towards Belua upon realizing this and throws her arms up. I knew it! I knew it was gonna be time-space nonsense! I told ya!
Belua grunts back at him.
You got 2 nat ones so far, Freya, so I have concerns.
Whatever the dream was, it
Fine
should
with
start worrying
Katamari.
everyone.
Reyes is Katamarying. I mean, that takes a
Yeah.
lot. That takes a lot of.
They want to make sure that this Katamari does not fall in the lava.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, she's
Leonard,
gonna make me
we're
check
bring
for
you-
that.
Yeah, Leonard, we're gonna bring you back a piece of the
Don't
monster.
check me.
Suddenly, Katamari turns into Super Monkey Ball.
But yeah, at least Rose, Various, and Tibbs, you guys do put together that some time has passed. But Rose, for the most part, you realize that it could have been a couple days, maybe a week. You're not exactly sure, but time definitely went way faster out here when you guys were in there in the anchor.
In that case, I'm gonna try something a little bit new here.
Okay.
And while we're all kind of sitting around contemplating the flow of time,
Oh, I'm not.
Rose is. Oh wait, never mind. That's a creature within range. That is not sending. I was gonna have Rose send a message to Leonard, but that's a little far down 120 feet.
Yeah, he's much, much farther away than 120 feet.
All right. Oh, it's a nice idea.
Technically, the rabbits are creatures.
Yeah, not creatures, but they're not the one. But Rose isn't supposed to report to the rabbits. It's Leonard they're concerned about. I mean, we've been basically out here without no contact for God knows how long now.
Mm-hmm. And Roastin, you kind of come to this conclusion. You're like, oh, Leonard probably thinks we might have died. Because, yeah, if you usually don't report back in within a couple days or a week, usually that's not great. Because, Leonard expected you to spend a couple days out here getting there and then, of course, coming back. So then it makes you wonder how much time has indeed passed.
Well, Firewhoop's gone. Let's just keep moving this point here. They're already gonna be worried enough about us.
Yeah, she said, just go.
I agree. Let's just go.
Okay. You guys leave the tunnel, and again, it's the exact same sort of ravine that you came through to get through at this point, but you notice there are a lack of creatures around here. You don't see any sign of the same kind of wolves that attacked you. You don't really hear much, aside from the bubbling and churning of the lava that kind of flows in between the rocks and alongside the ravine itself, kind of like a pseudo river in a way. You are noticing, however, that it's taking a little bit less time going back than going toward it originally.
All right, and how open is the pathway as we're going down this?
Pretty open, like you can easily walk at least 4x4, like 4 people side by side without really having to worry about touching the lava that's pulled on the sides.
All right, I just want to make sure the Katamari isn't going to bowl us over from behind.
I mean, the path is pretty smooth, so Freya should really have no trouble rolling it. Oh, Tibbs didn't hear Freya's. You could always bowl him over, that would get his attention.
As tempting as that is.
You guys don't want to be part of this Katamari nonsense.
No.
Katamari Tiberius.
Oh, who wouldn't want to be a star?
Or Tiberius Damasi.
Okay. You guys begin to leave the ravine, and you see the wide expanse of fire, of course, right in front of you. The paths are the same as they always have been. The sky is just as bright. And for the most part, I would like you... Well, who's at the front right now?
Yo,
Who's at the front?
Tiberius is definitely at the front.
Yeah,
I
Tibbs
believe
would.
I would too. All right. So for the people who are up front, I would like you to roll me a survival check real quick. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Anyone else? Or is that everyone? Okay. Now you really don't notice it, but Tibbs, you notice that there are wheel tracks in the ground and they look rather fresh.
There's tracks.
Is Nye continuing to walk without seeing them?
Yep.
Nye, wait.
No time.
Honestly, if you want to get killed, then fine, go ahead. It's not any skin off my nose.
Is it funny?
Points to the tracks. You not notice these? Honestly.
No. No, I didn't.
They just look like wheel tracks. Like something had come through here very, very, very recently.
A wagon came through. Can we keep going now?
Why would a wagon be out here? Honestly.
I don't know, to pull goods.
There are other tracks, but you haven't noticed them, so. You just notice the wheel tracks.
What goes on this place? Very well, continue.
You see Tibbs and I talk for a moment to everyone, and you see them start to walk again. So as you guys start to approach this, Rose, Varius, and Frius, give me a survival check.
Wait, am I needing a survival check?
Oh God,
Yes.
Chris, what is wrong with you today?
I just need to roll another 40 times and I'll start getting 20s.
Oh,
Yeah, also Varius, go ahead and roll.
survival.
That was a 2. Oh my God!
trying to give you guys an easy way back. God damn it. No, you don't see anything. You see, Rose, you'll see the wheel tracks, but that's about it.
Huh.
Those dreams ever do a number on us.
God damn, that's 3 nat ones already.
Can
This is
I?
fine.
Can I?
Everything's fine.
Can I tell how old the tracks are?
Not with an 11, I'm afraid. Like,
Mm.
Tibbs barely made the check.
And are they heading towards the castle or away from it?
They're heading away. They're heading away from the ravine.
Hmm.
So it looks like someone came this way and then doubled back, heading a different way.
You don't usually see that much traffic out here.
Very. Sorry.
Or
Go
you're-
ahead. Yeah, Various, you kind of just walk past him. You have a little bit too much on your mind as you walk past Rose, as he seems to have paused. And Various, you kind of continue rolling the carapace kind of right over the tracks, kind of creating your own little divot in between them instead, not noticing them.
And Rose will follow back after the others then.
Okay. So you guys talking at all, or are you all quiet on your trek?
It's quiet.
Okay.
Freya's has also been, well, word-wise quiet, but is actually kind of humming to herself as she's rolling this.
Mm-hmm. What about Nye and Tibbs?
Various is being pretty quiet.
Mm-hmm.
They're occasionally checking in on Formo to make sure, or Mormo to make sure or they're comfortable as they can be.
Mm-hmm. And Mormo doesn't really answer you a whole lot. It's a case of he's just kind of sitting on your shoulders, not really watching anything.
Sort
Because you
of,
really
just
haven't
sort
commanded
of,
them too much.
they're just chilling.
He's just vibing. He's just vibing. That's all.
He's like, this is like home.
Mm-hmm. Nye, Tibbs, what are you guys doing? I know you guys are up front.
Have we reached Leonard yet?
No, you are quite a ways away from the capital still.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
I really wouldn't recommend getting on Tiberius's nerve right now.
Oh, no, that was OOC. That was OOC.
Just OOC knowledge. Bad plan.
Rose will, while they're traveling, though, they will kind of match speed with Various for a moment. So, what prompted to bring the snake around?
They have a name, but no admission. Where I'm from, the spell to gain a familiar is a bit on the coveted side, to the point where those who aren't of a certain status might actually be punished. So, considering how I don't like them and love to see them absolutely fuming, well,
Well, we find a way to get out of enough messes like this. Maybe you'll get the chance to have the snake go at their throats when this is all over.
would you like that, Mormo?
The snake kind of looks at you for a few seconds, kind of flicks its tongue before lowering its head back down as if it's taking a nap on your shoulder.
I think he's still deciding whether he enjoys my presence or not.
That kind of fickleness sounds about right for an otherworldly being.
Varys looks up at Rose very pointedly.
Rose just catches Varys's look, and then just really just decides not to respond and just continues forward. Just like, nope, not into this conversation.
He's more amused than trying to make a point. He's got like a small smirk on his face.
Okay, so as you guys are walking, I would like all of you to make a perception for me, please.
I'm sure it's fine. Prius, good luck.
Nice!
Yeah.
That's fine!
Yay!
It's all the
Finally.
eyes.
Oh, this is not good. I pressed. Okay.
That's okay. Just waiting for Naira. But, at least Rose and Freeze, you do kind of stop as you see that the wheel tracks have been going through this entire area, and you finally kind of see the source of them as you see what looks to be a cart with what looks to be two creatures kind of hooked up to it, kind of off to the side of the road, and someone seems to be tending to them right now. From the looks of it, it looks to be a fire primordial. They kind of have hair that looks a lot like lava that's kind of cascading over their face. They kind of have almost commoner Victorian style clothing on, so kind of a white long sleeve shirt, some overalls. They look kind of like a trader, but there is mostly, from what looks to be in the back of their cart, a couple boxes. That's about it.
Hey, check that out.
Do you really feel like figuring out what they want to carry both us and this?
Does their cart does a cart they have, is it big enough for the carapace?
I'd say no.
I mean, you don't usually see folk around here all that often.
Wouldn't hurt to ask them if you want to. I'm just gonna. Well,
I mean,
I'll
my
stop if you stop.
I mean, my thought is that we've already been gone for X number of days at this point. Who knows? So,
Wait, what?
but it's complicated. Okay, let's just say that sometimes weird things happen with the flow of time.
With the
around
Fae. Okay. If
I mean,
you
I'm
wanna
not-
learn
I'm
what's
not-
going on in.
I'm not discounting that possibility either.
I'll
But
just-
Rose will go ahead and kind of try to wave down towards where the trader's at.
Okay. And let me see. Oh yeah, they notice you. As you're kind of waving them down, you see the figure kind of look up and look a little surprised for a few seconds as you kind of see them raise one hand up and kind of push the lava that makes up their hair to the side. And they kind of look at you surprised like, oh well, I didn't expect to see travelers along the trade routes. What brings you folks out here?
We would ask the same of you then, unless you happen to be with a search and rescue party, in which case you can just go ahead and call it off now.
Search and what now? No, I'm just traveling between towns. I'm a trader.
Never mind that last statement then. But, yeah, I don't usually see much folk here on the roads at all.
Well, it's been starting to get a little bit better over the past week or so with all
Wait,
the wild magic being gone.
wait, weak?
Yeah? They look a little confused. It's been a week since the wild magic stopped, so trade's been kind of been open and travel's been a little bit safer, you know?
Rose, for the moment, just plants a hand onto their face. Son of a bitch.
He kind of looks confused at you. It's like, I mean, I heard about some folks coming out here a couple more weeks ago, but everyone assumed them to be dead.
Excuse me?
You do realize that we've been in a place that had magic all wibbly wobbly, right?
I didn't expect it a few weeks.
It's just the one person. The animals at the front of it look to be dragons of a sort, but they're covered in feathers and about the size of horses. Basically adult Izilmos.
Steady as, steady.
Party typing.
Can I buy your dragons?
Give me a second, I need to take care of something.
Alright.
You know how this stuff works. When magic goes crazy, things happen. I mean, you yourself look like you're about 9 months younger.
Wait. What?
You're missing the star I gave you.
We're still playing. No, yeah.
Aww.
Oh, dang it.
Oh,
My nephew ran in.
It's all good.
Uncle Wes, Uncle Wes.
Do you want to watch Angry Birds 2? I was like, I'm still playing. I accidentally hit mute or deafen. I tried to hit it again and it got rid of mute too, so sorry.
No, it's okay. But Various will check his ear really quick and sort of smirk over at Tibbs.
If you want, I can fix that.
Oh, you're just grumpy because you're so proud of
I think I'm grumpy. I mean, I'm not grumpy.
didn't even clean up today.
Excuse me. He looks at himself. Ears go down. Eyes narrow. I didn't feel like it.
Well, still, I wasn't expecting something as extreme as a few weeks.
Could have been worse. Could have been years. Could have been forgotten.
You know, would that have really been such a bad thing, considering?
I've been forgotten many times. It's honestly a better thing. It's fun to surprise people.
Sorry. Let's see.
So I was distracted. Children came down. Chaos ensued. What's in this?
Naira, what are your thoughts on this? He looks up to the water primordial.
No, I want out. Let's go to Leonard. Forget this place. I want out.
What do you mean you want out? You can't just leave.
I want out.
Look, you're not the only one who's concerned about reporting to their lord on time.
Your lord won't shoot you in the head.
At
Sorry,
this, you
I had
actually...
to get some rice ready for dinner. Sorry about that.
No worries, we've been RPing.
Okay, that's fine.
Everything's fine, Nova. Nothing.
Nye, as you actually finish that sentence, you see Freya's, like, shiver. And kind of, like, wrap their arms around themselves.
That's not good.
So, I take it the Water Lord is not the nicest person in the world.
How is Evan nice? Wherever you got that idea, Darius, get it out of your furry head.
All this time, the trader's just been kind of watching you guys. Like, I can give you a ride somewhere if you need it. You folks seem a little lost.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. We're supposed to go see Leonard.
Wow. What do you have to see the Fire Lord of LP before?
Well, you remember those people you said came out here a few weeks ago?
Yeah?
Hi.
There's kind of a long pause. It's like, and they kind of raise their hand to kind of push some of the lava out of their face. They have a total of like 5 eyes, like 2 on each side and 1 in the middle of their head. And they kind of squint at you a little bit, and it's like, huh. So, where have you guys been for 3 weeks?
Do you really want to know?
Let's talk more. Go.
Yeah, he kind of then looks at the carapace. It's like, I've got some rope if you want to take that along. You can tie it to the back, but I don't got enough room for all of you and that.
It's
Right.
probably still safer than just going alone, and we'd greatly appreciate the aid.
Yeah.
Grace has already started pushing it because she knows at least someone is going to take the offer.
I said I could tie it to the back of the... Okay. And they kind of just look to the rest and it's like, kind of points to the cart and it's like, it's not the comfiest, so just I guess find a place to sit and I'll get you guys to the capital as fast as possible. Shouldn't take long.
That would be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys gonna... Now, the question is for us is, how are you gonna keep up with 2 dragons?
Obviously, by
Probably not.
Yeah.
If Freya
Maybe.
does lag behind, Tiberius has something for that.
Really?
there's
There's
always riding on Bella's shoulders too.
True. But the
Well,
driver does get into the little seat and kind of takes the reins up, kind of motions for the people who want to get into the cart to get in.
Free there.
All right. Just gotta squeeze those shoulders in.
I
Prius
can
is
walk.
already rolling on ahead.
Well, I think Frias was... Oh. So the trader offered to tie it to the back.
Yeah. Because he doesn't have room to fit it in the cart, but they can drag it behind.
And
It's
look
just-
at them go.
It's just up to Frias if he wants to do that.
I mean, if they do start to lag behind, they'll probably take up the offer.
Okay, because you're going to lag behind. These things are fast.
And
Because
another
once everyone's
question,
once everyone's in the cart, the driver will give a tug of the reins and the dragons will kind of start at a trotting pace before breaking into an actual, like, jogging pace and getting quite a bit ahead of you.
yeah, she'll call and be like, wait, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
What?
Oh!
I
Who are you doing that on?
I think she's doing something else right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
think
know. Okay, I know what she's doing. I know
because
exactly what
the-
she's doing. So I'm not saying a word.
the buttons are super fiddly.
Yeah. But the driver will kind of gently tug back on the reins as the dragons begin to slow down to a trot, and they'll look back at Priest. It's like, yeah, you having trouble?
Yeah, just just a little. Do you have the rope?
And they'll kind of stop. Tips, roll me a strength save.
Save. Aw.
Dang
Sure,
it!
it's fine.
Is he stealing my idea?
So, I'll do.
Oh no.
Oh wow, yeah, you're actually kind of able to shove the driver aside and take hold of the reins.
Oh no! I'm not planning on grabbing the reins. I cast haste on both dragons.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
All
but
the personnel.
they kind of give you an indignant look before you look to the dragons. And you see that the magic doesn't actually have an effect on them.
No.
You can see the magic kind of leave your body, but it kind of rolls off the dragons, and they kind of give you a stare. It's like, you know, their holsters are already enchanted for that, right?
Oh.
He will return to the back of the wagon.
It's just
But then the driver will look back at Freeze. It's like, sorry, and then kind of pull some rope out to get down, and then help them tie the carapace up to the back of the cart.
as a
She'll
random-
use some of her own rope too, because she just wants to make sure it's secure. Though while he's back there, she's gonna ask, since we're a little short on room, do you think I could just sit on one of them?
I mean, they're pretty tame, so yeah, I don't see why not. Just don't pull on the head feathers. They don't like that.
She gives an affirmed nod, and after they're done tying it up, she literally sits on one of them in the front.
Okay. And the driver will turn to his seat, and he'll kind of just give a light tug of the reins, because originally he had been holding in the back because of Frias, but they start with a trot and then go into a full-blown gallop after about 5 minutes. Yeah, same here, Jen. Same here. In fact, actually, right now you can actually smell the smoke, so it's really dangerous to go outside.
We've not been evacuated yet.
Not yet. They usually wait until we can actually start seeing the flames that they start worrying about evacuations.
Okay, so you have to be somewhat on fire before you evacuate. Good to know.
California. I mean, right now, San Francisco is basically on fire, and people are still not evacuating because they haven't been told to, because it's still across the bridge.
So you're living the "this is fine" meme.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Good.
but yeah, the dragons have broken into a nice gallop.
While they are in the cart there, Rose is going to be watching Balua for just a minute there, and just kind of does kind of like the head tilt left and right for a moment there, and is going to use Libra on it.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna use it on Belua.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can look at Belua's sheet.
Not quite.
It's more the case that he asks me questions about it and I answer. So what would you like to know?
I would like to know. Let's see. So it's creature is your equals superior and inferior in regards to. I would like to know how Belua's. I'll say armor class and current hit points are in comparison.
Far superior than yours
Good to know.
in both cases. His armor class is definitely tougher than yours by a significant margin, and his health is easily yours and then half of yours. So, yeah, he's definitely your superior in both armor class and hit points.
You want to tangle with the bunny? You want to tangle with them?
He's a chunky lad.
That's a hardy one you put together there, Various.
Mm. Okay, Tiberius. Understood. And yes, it took a lot of work.
It's work that, from what we've seen so far, has been well spent.
I'm just picturing while this is all happening, the Frias is just having the time of their life on top of a dragon's back right now.
Horsey rides.
The dragon is actually very fluffy, by the way. Like, it's not covered in scales, it's covered in feathers. And you can definitely tell that there's definitely some built muscle underneath these things, Frias, considering that you that's kind of your thing, is figuring out the kind of the anatomy of a creature, and you can definitely kind of feel even under your hands these things were kind of built to carry carts and stuff like that. They were built to be work animals.
Rose,
The one thing that you can kind of akin them to that you've known would be those large what is it? Basically like a Clydesdale horse is kind of how they're built.
Noted.
Rose looks over to the trader. So, what's your name?
Mine? Cyrus. Just someone who goes between each of the cities carrying goods that people want to sell, and like, it's pretty simple living, but it's a living.
Where were you coming from? The capital?
Nah, I'm kind of from one of the offshoot settlements. Capital's a bit too big city for me, honestly. Kind of like the more simplicity of a one street kind of town.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe if there's trading you're looking to deal with Leonard or his men, maybe they'll do something you can exchange for giving us a lift.
I mean, you guys don't look like you're about to rob someone, and you're not wearing the you-know-what's kind of colors, so I think you're pretty okay.
Yeah, thankfully.
But, yeah, they're gonna mostly focus on driving the cart. So if there's any talking or role-playing you'd want to do, go ahead and do so now. You guys got... you can judge by the pace that the dragons are moving. You probably got maybe an hour or two before you reach the capital. In-game time, not real life. So you can talk about your dreams, you can talk about what happened, and the like. You do notice Naya's being a bit on the distant side, like they got a look on their face like, yeah, they're definitely going to be doing something when they head back to town.
For having restored things are relatively normal, seems like a lot of us are on the kind of the deep end this morning. Don't y'all agree?
Mind your own business.
Ooh.
So. Oh, somebody's mic is.
Freya's
Oh,
might
dang it. Yeah. Hold on.
Dragon horse rights, yeah. Go ahead, Jim.
Did it stop?
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What were you saying, Jen?
Various sort of taps a claw on his knee and is finally sighs. So, just out of curiosity, did anyone else have unsettling dreams?
You already know Tiberius' answer.
Yeah, he knows. It's because Tiberius said that he did, that he's now looking at the others who are paying attention.
I mean, there's only one type of dream I ever have, so that's on the money.
Naira?
Crazy. We don't dream.
Yes, but
I didn't mean because that wouldn't make any sense. I'm made of water. That's stupid.
so I'll take that as a yes.
No.
Insight check.
Insight versus deception, I guess.
I have to. I'm not trying to deceive you. I'm just terrible at this.
Then I'd say persuasion, I guess.
Wait, would I be doing persuasion or?
I mean, if you want to do the insight, it's not gonna really be much because Naya is kind of being genuine.
12.
Okay, so-
Be better than me.
Oh no.
Yeah, Rose, she's being quite genuine. She just really doesn't want to talk about it right now.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I was trying to insight against her saying that primarios don't dream.
I mean, technically she's not wrong. And you would know this, Rose. You guys just tend to relive memories rather than dream.
Are you saying
Alright.
she's technically correct, therefore the best kind of correct?
Yeah, she's actually right. Yeah, Naira is very much right.
Tiberius is hearing that everyone else had bad dreams. His ears are actually perking up. I mean, yeah, it was dreams. Nothing happened, right? Because of the place we were in. Yes. That's what it was. Yes, quite. Why are we worried about these things?
Go ahead and roll deception for me, Tibbs.
To himself or to others?
To himself.
You have to roll deception. See-
Oh yeah, you
Oh.
believe? Yeah, it's if you believe it, that must be true. Yeah, if you believe it, it's definitely true. It was just a place. It's fine. You didn't see what you saw. No, it's fine. Nothing's wrong.
There's no way that could have been real. It's a place. Yeah, totally.
Tiberius?
Yes.
It was a little too focused, a little too detailed.
Magic does that, especially chaos magic. What would you know? Nothing. That's what you would know. Exactly. It was just that. Absolutely nothing, just fevered dreams because we had to deal with death. All forget about them. They weren't meaningful. It was just the place because, as Rose said, they were fey bastards. They'd use what we were afraid of against us and to make us to be scared. Yes, that's exactly it. I mean, honestly, if we all had bad dreams at the same time, couldn't it have obviously been from them?
See, that's a very interesting theory, except there was no more traces of Fae by the time we went to sleep.
Not to mention the wild magic was gone, so that can't exactly be the source of it either.
You brought the bones into the tent. They still have residual magic. Are you telling me that they couldn't affect us in some way, shape, or form? Honestly.
You're the one with the special eyes.
I have special eyes.
My
So,
brand.
Various, I'm sorry.
Oh no. What is he doing?
Where is melee basic attack?
Oh lord.
I think isn't it to hit a 1d20 plus your strength?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Modifier?
a flat roll.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly. That's gonna hit.
I'm gonna bop you for a damage.
Alright, you going for anything specific? His nose?
Pretty much a slap across the face.
Oh! Yeah, because
Not now.
14 definitely beats an 11, because yikes. I mean, if you want to roll damage, go ahead, but if not, it can be just a bop on the face.
It's a bop.
Okay, so just bops you right across the face. Just
The hell?
uh-oh. I see Billy was typing.
Fine.
Everyone gangster until Bellius starts typing.
Belio is the true heart of the party.
How does Bellio work a keyboard with those claws?
Chopsticks.
No longer fight.
He,
Have
I
you
mean,
never
you've got
seen
thumbs.
secretary?
I mean, he
Have
has
you never s-
thumbs.
Have you never seen
I'm like just
secretaries with the long acrylic nails? Just
I'm imagining it's one of those like specialty like big keys keyboards where the keys are all like 2 inches wide.
He does the peck and search method. You know, like look at the keyboard and slowly bring one finger down and then move for the other.
Hunt peck, yes. Oh. Let me see. The driver notices this as he kind of turns back and looks over his shoulder and is like, hey, cut that out back there. Unless you want to walk the rest of the way.
Yeah. Yes.
The hell was that about, Tibbs?
Like I said, they were just dreams, right, Various?
I'm not going to give you that.
But you're not going to deny it. Therefore, I win.
So you seriously think that the bones that I brought back are what gave you night terrors?
Or the residual chaos magic, or the fact that the place was a time warp, or the fact that we were in a plane of existence made of flame.
Or maybe you just really suck at forming a hypothesis.
Ooh.
What you suggested was we all had a bad dream on the same night because we all felt some kind of terror. Go ahead. Are we all psychically linked? Is that it? Someone cast bad dream on us all after we defeated the terrible centipede thing that came from the ground.
So, Tibbs, as you mentioned that, I'd like you to roll an intelligence check for me real quick.
Oh, Viking at that.
Nope.
It's
Go
not
on,
the
Rose.
first.
I mean, if anyone else wants to try, go for it.
Do I know what happened? Do I know why we all had nightmares?
Really?
No.
You need to roll an intelligence check because he mentioned something that might.
Oh, okay.
Give
I
you an
don't.
idea.
I did not realize that applied to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, Rose, as you hear Tiberius mention, like casting nightmare or something, and casting bad dreams or something, you kind of pause. It's like nightmares, nightmares. You know that there is magic to do that. You know that specific individuals have been known to do this to manipulate people before.
So, the fuzz is after somebody!
Not me!
You say the fuzz, and we're both playing rabbits, so I'm kind of sitting there going like,
In fact, Rose, you know at the very least, that is a very high-level illusion spell that someone have to cast.
I can tell you this much: it wasn't from a pile of bones. Whatever gave us those dreams was very actively doing it.
and they were just that, dreams, correct? Or do you have a theory on that too?
Well, I know now, considering this kind of coincidence, that something or someone was influencing them.
Good. Then we have to find this person and kill them. I mean, subdue them and do with them as we may.
That's not much better.
Through the legal means given to us as outsiders in this wonderful plane of existence, in case they are primordial. Wouldn't want outsiders killing primordials, would we?
I mean, who's to say they were a primordial that did it?
I'm just covering my bases in case they were. If it's one of the members of those guild people you keep talking about, then sure, we can kill them without pause.
I'm pinning that meme, by the way, because that's perfect.
Meme?
Check OOC as made something for you, Jin.
That's beautiful.
That's accurate. That's very accurate.
That's so much time.
See, I'm just gonna put it straightforward. It's like, if it's a primordial, fine, we'll do whatever's in our, legal means. But if it's not, if it's a member of the guild, they're perfectly fine with offing them.
Oh yeah, I mean, guild members are pretty much free game for people to just cut out.
He will kind of glance at various, no matter who they are.
Ooh.
You hear him hiss between his teeth. And you see Bella's claws sort of fidget.
As you guys have been talking, you can see a massive volcano caldera in the distance, so you are approaching the capital. And you can actually really see from here how massive this thing is. Easily a couple miles just wide in general.
Oh, look, there's home.
Let's just speak to Leonard and move on. This heat is killing me. Not to mention I haven't had water in almost all day.
But the driver will continue to pilot the cart and eventually into a large tunnel that leads into the actual volcano, where the galloping dragons will begin to slow down and kind of come to a walk as they begin to enter into the city. And you kind of are on the lower rung of it for the most part, as they kind of pull into what looks to be a hitching station, where they will make the dragon stop and kind of motion for you guys that, okay, end of the line.
Thank you for your aid.
Yeah, it's no problem. We were in the same way anyway, so why not lend a helping hand when needed?
Yeah, it's good to have help every now and then.
You guys do notice, however, after you have all kind of piled out of the cart, Naira is beginning to leave. And it's not in the direction of Leonard's castle.
Where are you going?
Naira?
I'm out.
She kind of throws her hands out like the I'm done expression.
What do
Can they
you
do that?
Freya will run after her.
What? Naira?
Well,
It's done. I have my fill, get my pay, and I'm leaving.
Freya will physically put a hand on her shoulder and be like, Naira, please, just a moment. I'm not stopping you, I just... what's something you said earlier? I don't know if this was related for you, or if it's something for someone else. I had an interesting dream last night. I'm more than positive it wasn't me, but someone was running from robed people. And before they could get away, someone stopped them and, well, the dream disappeared after a gun was pointed at said person's face.
God,
Uh, Okay. Yeah. Well. Yep.
Just so you have the warning.
Okay. Good luck.
And she's off. She's kind of just takes your hand and gently just lets it go, and it's like she starts leaving.
Well, so much for adventure and coin.
But do you guys want to head over to Leonard's castle?
Alright, let's check with the boss.
Okay.
Brace will even return the rope to the driver, his rope.
Okay. And the driver will gladly take it and kind of wave you off and kind of wish you good luck. But you guys make it to Leonard's castle without really anything eventful happening. And as usual, the place is open to the public as always, so you're able to kind of easily kind of stroll into the front entrance.
Even rolling a carapace?
Yeah, they don't really seem to give you much mind, surprisingly. But the guards do kind of give you a notice that they recognize you, and even look a little surprised, but they don't stop you.
This kind of thing happens all the time.
But as you kind of wind your way through the Fire Citadel to find Leonard, you find that as you kind of approach his throne room, he's talking to someone. Someone who is going to be very familiar to Rose, Various, and Tibbs.
no,
A very particular Fae.
no.
They are having a rather lively conversation, and Leonard does not notice that you have entered.
About this being a good day.
I don't know what your problem is. They seem.
But before you're able to approach, actually, Various, can you give me a dex save?
Oh no.
You're going to sparkle.
Wait,
No.
what?
Just give me a dex save, please.
Oh no.
You don't really notice it as you see a flying pig come barreling right at your face.
Hey!
It recognizes you. So you just see this cross-eyed pig just kind of ram into Various.
He tumbles after a moment, blinking at the thing.
And it's just kind of sitting there staring at you.
Hello
Right.
there.
Better you than me.
And he gently pats it on the head, though he's not quite sure what to do with it, but he still loves it, or I still love it.
It just gives that space-eyed stare back.
Yeah. I don't think the pig's eyes ever really focus on a point.
No.
Never.
Joy. Everything in the world is terrible.
But yeah, as you're kind of distracted by the little flying pig, you eventually do look up, and yeah, you recognize the person that is talking with Leonard as Flix. Leonard has not noticed you. They're too busy talking. So.
The Rose slowly clears her throat towards Leonard and Flix.
Leonard kind of looks up, like, and he kind of stares at a moment, almost as if he'd seen a ghost before he looks confused, surprised, then confused again. It's like, you're back.
There's Flix! Yay!
Where have you lot been? And I see you have a friend. Where's the water one?
She decided that she had enough after our last encounter. We've finished what you sent us to do.
It's been 3 weeks. I thought you all dead.
Rumors of our death are highly exaggerated.
I told you my friends wouldn't die.
I mean, I was talking to... I mean, they were mostly here for their ambassador duties, but they had also inquired about your well-being, mostly the rabbits, of course. But I'm happy to see you all alive.
Yeah.
Iris is going to look to Freya and be like, "This is Freya's. She has something to show you. Get that thing away from me."
She'll roll it over, do a little wave. Oh, hi. We think we found the source of what was causing all the magic to go wild. She'll pull one of her books out of her bag, flip to one of the bookmark pages, and actually show a. It's a little crude, but basically a drawing of what they fought.
And Leonard will kind of take it and look over it for a little bit. I mean, I did notice that the wild magic occurring here has tapered off, thankfully, and things have returned to somewhat normal, but this is what you found? Where?
It's a
She's going to look straight at Rose and be like, he'll know better.
Rose pointedly looks over to Leonard. War room now.
Oh dear. Not bad. Perhaps you may want to speak with your friends. They did come looking for information about you, but it seems that you did that for them. Oh!
That's out of character. Only when it's the full name is in character.
Let's see. Yes, if we could talk privately.
I mean, of course. But, Leonard will give the book back to you, Frias. And will kind of motion for all of you to follow him into the, toward the library, toward his little secretive war room.
Wherever it actually goes. After all, it's just a dream.
Do I leave this here?
He kind of motions toward one of the armored guards. You would recognize the armor as what you guys picked up, by the way, and he'll kind of motion. It's like, can you send this to the vault until we can get to it? And they'll kind of give a silent nod, and they definitely look a lot stronger than you, Freya, and they're kind of able to gently move it aside.
It's easier to roll it.
I'll have my scholars look over its composition when they get a chance, but we have much to discuss. Your friend Flix was talking about what they've been up to as well, the meetings with Vaxir, and, well, they were planning to start one with me, but I suppose this works as well.
It's important.
I kind of figured, but he'll actually start leading you back toward the library. And this is all new to you, Frias.
Oh, totally.
But these halls are massive. It's rather warm in here, but to you it's perfectly fine. But eventually, Leonard will kind of take all of you into this huge, like, Beauty and the Beast level libraries with books along every shelf, and it's just massive. But he'll kind of ignore a lot of it and kind of walk past to what looks to be kind of a walled-off section. And, and we'll kind of pull a book from one of the shelves as it opens into a pathway. And we'll start kind of motioning for you all to follow down there.
The tiefling and the fae.
I love the idea of Flix just putting their arm around Frias.
Tim's being like, wait a second.
It's not that crazy. You don't make an advance on a female bun like that, or else you're asking for your arm to get cut off.
This is
Before you're
true.
doing
Society is messed up.
Their society is messed up. Like in terms of, they get very violent. Casual violence isn't all that unusual.
The wonderful thing of having many brothers and sisters is that life is expendable.
Survival of the fittest.
I mean, you're
But,
not wrong.
Leonard's going to lead you into an area that most of you are familiar with. Flix and Frias haven't seen this room before, but it's basically a huge, like, internal cavern with kind of an open area that you see with a ton of books, a big giant war table kind of depicting each area of the plains, and it kind of cuts off and dips down heavily into what looks to be a massive pool of lava, but that pool of lava is filled with gold, treasures, and what looks to be a pirate ship that's kind of buried amongst all of it.
So he keeps on occasionally glancing at the books, but he's trying to focus.
I tell you. But Leonard will kind of go over to the large map table and kind of look back at you. It's like, what happened out there?
Well, first things first, as far as we could
Experience.
figure, as far as we experienced, yes. I'm good. I'm good. As far as we experienced, it wasn't 3 weeks, maybe a few days. So finding out it was a few weeks was a little bit of a shock.
Huh.
But you know how wild magic can be. Wild and all that. The important thing is, we're no longer under the threat of whatever it was that we killed. There's no more of those pockets appearing anywhere, and it seems as though magic has stabilized.
Here it has. I suppose
Yeah.
then that's where the bad news comes in, because it's gotten worse everywhere else in the time you've been gone.
Oh, joy.
There have been cases of odd portals appearing in void, leading to completely random areas, more so than usual. In water, they've had complete towns vanish off the map. I don't know about wind, but I've heard there's been some islands that have been displaced. In Earth, there are pathways that are leading to absolute nothingness. I don't know about matter and null, but I don't really talk to Motherrock a whole lot.
That sounds rather legit.
They're rather, what's the word? Closed off from others. It's mostly their age that has made them like that.
Well, I suppose we should explain what exactly we found.
That would be most helpful. Because as far as I knew, the location I sent you to there was not much information on it. And Frias, this is all news. Not Frias. Flix, this is all news to you. Because you knew that Leonard had sent them out to do something, but since they had been gone for so long, you kind of assumed the worst. But maybe they're here now, so they're okay. So all the worrying over maybe the buns were dead is all gone. Everything's fine now. They're still alive. Kitty cat.
So, the first place that we discovered was in a crevasse. A place that should not have been here.
Elaborate?
A castle that was not tied to fire.
Well, they had fire golems running around.
Yes, very old.
And
Ill-kept.
strange green what did you call it? A dragon?
There was a black dragon.
Leonard seems, you could say his ears kind of pin back. It's like a black dragon in fire.
Yes.
Oh.
Quite.
There were pools of water.
Rose holds up the sack there, but it's like, but wait, there's more, and
Oh,
opens up
no.
the sack containing the bones of the Fey Lord.
Oh, Lord. What is that?
Honestly, carry that this whole way.
He probably wouldn't mind having a necromancer make it into a minion.
Oh, yeah, Flix says, recognize those bones.
You did.
Yeah. Well, you would know.
Oh no. Oh, Flix.
But yeah, like as Various was saying, there was a castle with very odd architecture there, and apparently seemed to be just as displaced from its whatever source it was originally as it was displaced from the rest of the plane.
That is incredibly concerning. This is the first time I've heard of something like that. And it was just this castle that you found? Is that what you
There-
found? Whatever.
The castle was part 1.
Oh. And what else did you encounter?
There was a labyrinth beneath.
Okay.
It was not fire.
What was it?
I will There was a lot of signs of undeath, so
That's very strange. That is not something that occurs here in the plains, not naturally at least.
Do you know anything about something called negative?
Leonard suddenly goes very quiet. No, not at all.
In-
let's treat it something
Insight
like that.
check.
Go for it. That's gonna be against his deception. What's up? Okay, cool. We're about ready for our break, so that is deception is wisdom, right?
Ah.
You Lord, it makes sense that you wouldn't think he would lie to you straight to your face.
Yeah. I mean, Leonard seems like he's caught up in a lot of stuff, but that doesn't seem like it's something that he might know a whole lot about. So he obviously doesn't know anything.
Just wondering, because that's where we were trapped. Someplace called Negative, and it seems as though there are people, slow look at Various, that come from that.
I'm sure that's not what actually it is. That's silly.
Tiberius. It was necromantic.
Mhm.
We were aided by someone who was tied to that.
Like a spirit of sorts?
Yes, quite.
I see.
Do you have a paper and a pen?
He kind of looks around at the desk, the table. There's paper and quills everywhere.
All right.
Yes?
So just a quick question. Would Rose with keen mind be able to sketch out the creature they saw from memory, at least enough for it to be a decent representation?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, almost like an in a dig memory sort of thing.
Yeah.
Of which creature?
The boss
Yeah, which
creature.
Okay.
Oh,
so
I showed him.
we'll-
I showed him a drawing. Remember?
Oh,
that's right.
that was a drawing. Okay.
I've got a question too. That
Sure.
would Various be able to make an insight check to see if they think that that Leonard would be aggressive towards this?
Sure. Like aggressive towards what?
A negative.
Sure, go for it. You're not sure. They might, but you know Leonard tends to be more of a gentle soul, so perhaps they're more willing for talking. I'll be having us take our break right now, our 15-minute break. So, because I need to eat. It is food time. So we'll go ahead and take our 15-minute break here, if that's okay with
Alrighty.
everyone. And then we'll
Yeah.
return.
Ice cream time.
Ice cream, or put
Let's
your kids
all
to
go
bed,
to
whatever
the
you need.
Let's all
I'll-
go to the lobby. Let's all go to the
Go to the lobby.
I gotta jump up for just a second. I remember-
Also, I'd like to repeat, how very dare you, Flix? How very dare. Tiberius is a gentleman.
Brace was getting excited, like, oh, look, book stuff. And then suddenly, why are their arm around me? Oh, dear God. They are touching me.
Oh, you've seen nothing yet. You're gonna be covered in glitter when I'm done.
Tiberius
Oh, no.
and Varius are still trying to get it out of the fur. There was an explosion of glitter at one point. We're pretty sure we're trapped with it for like 5 years.
Not the eyes.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I will be back as well. 15.